far from running successfully for mayor in another sector. That being after he had resigned.
Ces derniers sont exploités. Dans cette nouvelle affaire, Virnet X accuse cette fois Apple de ne pas lui avoir versé de droits.
والعالم من حولهم وتهدد لهم ما يحبون وما يكرهون.
The election had been based on the false predicate that a former reality TV star could never win the
واجهته الكثير من التعقيدات التي تتطلب تجاوزها خلال الفترة القادمة.
Öğleden ikindiye kimse konuşmadı. Aslı ile Zöhre bile. Aslı kervan.
De esas familias más necesitadas, de esos niños discapacitados que hemos contribuido
برفقة عدد من الضباط النظاميين مشيرة إلى أن هذا العمل.
Speaker of the Chamber of Deputies, Bogdan Olteanu, has been issued a definitive sentence of 5 years in prison for influence peddling with no possibility of parole in a case in which he stood accused of receiving a bribe worth €1 million from a businessman. Olteanu was previously Deputy Governor of the National Bank. This is the third Speaker of the lower chamber to go to prison for corruption, after Social Democrats Adrian Nastase and Liviu Dragnea. At the same time, the members of the chamber approved, with a clear and equally surprising majority, considering past votes, the request from anti-corruption prosecutors to start investigating one of their colleagues, Nicolae Bănicioiu, left-wing pro-Romania party, who stands accused of influence peddling and aggravated bribe-taking. And to wrap up, the Romanian Prime Minister went to France to sign an accord prolonging the strategic partnership between Romania and France. This has been the Week in Review.
Coming up next on Radio Romania International, Culture and Nature. Welcome to Culture and Nature with me, Eugen Nastam. The National Museum of the Romanian Peasant is one of Bucharest's most prominent culture havens. It has by now become a tradition for the Days of the Romanian Peasant Museum to be held each autumn. These are special days for the institution when special activities are being staged on the premises.
Да им намери други занимания, по-лъскави и по-привлекателни. Но от друга страна и църквата има вина. Защото понякога повтаря греха на законниците от времето на Христос. Спомните какво прочетохме преди малко от думите на Христос. И вие не влязохте и не влизащите побречите. Спомням си едни знаменити думи на Махатма Ганди. Ако не бяха християните, непременно ще да стана християнин. Тъжно, но факт.
Точно това ми се искаше да добавя. Много е противно това чувство за превъзходство. De președintele instituției de atunci, Dragomir Hurmuzescu.
Given all the false prophecies of 4 years ago, most of us have been cautious about predicting the outcome of this election. And it's always worth remembering that we're correspondents, not clairvoyants. But there is one prediction I am prepared to make. Those who see this election as a panacea will, I suspect, be disappointed. Washington will remain a hotspot of dysfunction. Along with the coronavirus, the country will still confront a gun epidemic, an opioid epidemic, an obesity epidemic, and an infodemic, the disease of disinformation.
La différence des libraires, eux, soufflent un tout petit peu, ils ont pu ouvrir pendant 2 groupes, car leurs biens étaient si considérables qu'ils ne pouvaient demeurer ensemble. Il y eut querelle entre les bergers des troupeaux d'Abraham et les bergers des troupeaux de Lot. Ceci veut dire que Lot, au même titre qu'Abraham, était le chef d'un clan imposant. Après la séparation, Abraham habitera Canaan et ce n'est qu'après cela qu'il aura...
dowladda Canada ay keento 1911 sida aad aragto Durano dadka shaqaale ahaan loo keenayo dadka ugu badan waa 60% dadka loo keenayo xaasaskooduna waa 25 dadka qaxootiga waa 14% dadka bini'aadanimada lagu keenayana waxa weeye waa 1%.
maxay tahay ujeedada dowladda Canada ay ka leedahay keenitaanka dadka
laba ujeedada ugu muhiimsan kow dadkan la keenayo waa dad loo keenayo inay kobciyaan dhaqaalaha dalka waa dad badan dad xirfadley ama professional.
Biliysem gizli bir şeyim oldu demektir.
أما الشباب فلا أنبيكم شزرا لأجلهم بمداد الفكر أستعر رأيت فيهم من الأرض.
And we return to a democratic state. The National Peasant Museum also has activities targeting younger audiences. Here is Dr. Virginie Nicolescu once again with details on that.
يعني روسيا طرفا في هذا النزاع. هل هذا سيكون يعني جزء من سلسلة العلاقات التي يشوبها يعني نوع من التوتر مع تركيا؟
روسيا تعمل الآن بشدة لكي لما تتوجه هذه المواجهة إلى مواجهة مباشرة وروسيا أنا متأكدة لن تصبح طرفا في هذا الصراع. هذا السيناريو غير
Цинский Алексей, державный громадский деятель, педагог. Czarnia.
Také první ředitel todos ya estamos bien.
Okay, it's a penalty.
El miserable ser es un monstruo. Sus extremidades son proporcionadas, pero su piel es...
Me di cuenta que todo el tiempo estaba con...
Si me recuerda esto que mencionas, el texto del apóstol Pablo cuando dice hay un solo Dios, un solo mediador entre Dios y los hombres. Que la belleza del sueño se desvanece.
Zajímavé známé, jako je John Le Carré.
Zemřel bezdětný, v závěti svůj majetek připsal svému muzeu. Součástí jeho osobních sbírek bylo, a teď poslouchejte, 46 000 svazků knih, 18 000 fotografií. Jeho urna je uložena v Náprskově muzeu.
Семен, я знаю, что роман «Сон в красном теле» называют энциклопедией средневекового китайского общества. Классическим романом, самым...
هو القائد المتعاطف والمتفائل المتغافل وهو his superior, Municipal Party Secretary Lee Jong-in, to attend. Democratic Life Meeting is convened once a year with the idea of promoting intra-party democracy, strengthening intra-party supervision and resolving conflicts and problems and leadership. During the meeting, every member has to criticize himself or herself and then criticize others. It was back in 1962 that...
کایل واکر زد تا به بهترین شکل ممکن 100مین حضور خوشحال لیگ برتر رو جشن بگیریم.
The week could cover in one day. He chose both logic, yet he had this state.
Attendez-vous des rectifications d'après les dernières directives du Quai d'Orsay. Toute personne inscrite au registre des Français établis hors de France peut soumettre une nouvelle demande d'aide exceptionnelle en lien avec la pandémie à condition de justifier de perte de revenus liées à la crise sanitaire. Le gouvernement français a débloqué 50 millions d'euros à cet effet en avril dernier.
Together with his four sons and councillor Enake on August the 15th, 1714, and immediately afterwards the palace in Potloch was burned and pillaged by the Turks, who were hoping that there they would find the treasures Brunkovan was thought to have had. Those who step on our premises today will enter this Brunkovan courtyard. They will discover the palace, which has been finally restored and put to good use, and also the kitchen or the barn where the hackney coaches and the four-wheeler carriages were kept, the servants' house, all the items that made up
for more success to fossil fuel companies.
Let's be really clear about this. Joe Biden is not going to ban fracking.
Sagar Magani, Washington.
And the mere fact that you could have a reporter refer to Texas as a swing state indicates that all is not necessarily well in Republican circles. Dr. Casey Mulligan, our guest here, and your thoughts about just if you wish to amplify on your remarks there about the whole notion of
Thank you very much. Thank you. We love this section of the world. It's a beautiful section. We appreciate it very much. And I'm thrilled to be back in the great Commonwealth of Texas. This is the state where the story of American independence began. It's the state where the American Constitution was signed. Think of that. And 3 days from now, this is the state that will save the American dream.
Joe Biden is going to be your next president.
Lock him up.
Donald Trump is going to prison.
I love Donald Trump.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
You sadistic fuck. I love Donald Trump. He's my favorite.
Trump will not win.
Shit, I kind of fucked up. I love Donald Trump.
What the hell? You're sharp. Nobody
up your ass. I love Donald Trump.
Nobody cares. I love Democrats. Nobody cares. Roger, Roger. I like balls.
I'm a nigger, you're a nigger. I'm a fucker, you're a fucker.
I like Democrats. Nobody cares. I like Democrats. Balls. I like McConnell. Driving down Route 9W on a hot summer day. Me and the Mitch McConnell. Balls. Chicken fruit stand. They've got everything from
You know, you could have sex with a dog even.
But there is nothing like their cider. Ain't that right, honey? Chicken cider. Yes, sir. Why, even though we were late for church last Sunday, she had to have a little Dickens cider.
amazing.
What a crowd. You see what's going on the road all the way up here. We have people all the way up. It was never like that for the last administration, they tell me. You know, I'll ask the guys that happened to be with me. They were with the last one, too. They don't say much. I said, was it like that? They said, sir, nothing was like that. Nothing. It was never like that. And they've got the Trump signs and the flags and the American flags all over the place. All those American flags. Thank you very much. Hello, Carson City. Hello. It's great to be back in Nevada with the thousands of loyal, hard-working American patriots. Great people. Can you believe it? 16 days. And you know what? 16 days from now, we're going to win the state of Nevada. We're going to win 4 more years in the White House. And we're going to keep it going. Early voting is underway, so get out and vote. And they're getting a little worried because certain areas, you know, we know we're going to have a big red wave. We're going to have a tremendous, they know it. These fakers back there, they know it. They know it. All you have to do is look at this crowd. When did we set this up? Like 2 days ago? We'll be in Carson City in about 2 days. Did the people come out like crazy? And the people on the road, thousands and thousands because they couldn't get in. It's pretty sad when you take an airport and it's not big enough, right? Sure, we have a problem. We have an airport, it's not big enough. But you know what's happening? So we have the big red wave is going to happen. And that's going to happen on November 3rd and a little before for the voting. But you can get out now, right, Michael? They can get out now and they can vote. But you know, strange things are happening in North Carolina. A lot of people are out there voting. You know, those lines are miles long. They're miles long. And they're wearing a lot of red caps. They're wearing caps and they're wearing badges and they're wearing those beautiful shirts. A lot of them, they love our country. They work so hard, but they weren't into voting for a long time. Then about 4 years ago, they went out, and now they're out, and I think even more so. There's even more enthusiasm now than we had 4 years ago. Actually, it's hard to believe, and I'll say it for the fake news, by a lot. So, like, I'll give you an example. Michigan. In Michigan, we're supposed to be probably 80-20 with us on the back, but we're going to catch them. You know, everyone's expecting we're going to do well. We should with all the auto plants being built in Michigan. It hadn't been built for 42 years, and now they're building them all over the place. They're building a lot of jobs. They had the best year they ever had. Michigan had the best year. They have a governor that's got it locked down, but now we forced it to open up. They ruled unconstitutional what she's doing. But here's what's happening. So in Michigan, it was supposed to be, you know, they were going to take the big leads and we were going to racehorse. So we were going to catch them with a big red wave because our people like to go and vote, you know? They like to go and vote. But something strange is happening in Michigan. It's happening in other places too, but it's happening in Michigan because we're not at 20%. We're leading in the early vote. And that's never happened. That's never happened before for the Republicans. It doesn't work that way. Now, in all fairness, until I won, nobody cares. Americans. But we won it, and now we should win it by even more, because everything I said that would happen happened. All the plants, all the good economy and everything, until the China virus came into plague, the plague from China. But now we're, and how do I look, okay? Do I look okay?
I think Trump is just amazing.